Hello and welcome to another episode of LiveStyles. This is a real-time live talk show talking about everything trending in beauty, fashion, lifestyle, and of course, the internet. Let me tell you what we've got going on here. So we are streaming in both vertical and horizontal formats on all platforms, YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram. And today we've got a super fun, interactive show for you guys. Of course, I'm going to be talking about our pop news of the week and all of the entertainment updates that you may have missed. And then we have another special guest joining us today, and that's going to be Cammie Middleton. She is our everyday home essentials expert, and she's going to be talking about some home cooking for the summer, giving us a fun summer recipe. And then we've got a fun game we're going to be playing with her where she doesn't know it yet, but we are going to be talking about some weird celebrity food combinations and getting her thoughts on those. Now, again, you guys, this is a real-time live talk show, and we couldn't do it without you guys at home. So make sure you are commenting along, taking our polls, and chatting with me because I can see everything that you guys think with some of these topics. So if you guys aren't following us on social media, make sure you are following us at livestyles.tv so that way you are up to date on all of these fun items because we asked you guys on social media beforehand about some things and we already have some of your opinions. The first of which was a poll that we put up on YouTube. So we asked you guys over on YouTube what your go-to summer makeup base is. And that's because later in the show, we're going to be talking about something I've been seeing trending online, and that is skin tints. But are skin tints just trendy, or are we sticking with our usual routine? So here's how the polls work for this show. You guys can play along in real time from home. All you have to do is comment from whatever platform you're in, and it'll populate with some of those answers. So let's take a look at our poll and see how it's doing so far, and then we could see what the current audience is thinking for some of these summer skin tints. So here's the poll, you guys. All you have to do is comment 1, 2, 3, or 4. So the question is, summer makeup check. What is your base of choice? Comment 1 if you're going just concealer and vibes. Comment 2 if you're like the tinted moisturizer or skin tint trend. Comment 3 if you like a BB or CC cream, and comment 4 if you are a full coverage foundation person. I want to hear from you guys because this poll is going to be running all show and we're going to see what you guys think. We're already getting in some answers here. Amy over on TikTok says BB and CC cream. I see Nick on YouTube saying just concealer and vibes, but we'll be checking in on this poll throughout the show because we might be able to sway your opinion after some of these segments as well. And I see Obella Mafia is also saying tinted moisturizer, but then again, sometimes a BB or CC cream. I'll tell you guys my thoughts later. We'll get Cammie's thoughts, and we'll talk about some of those trending skin tints. But again, you guys, this is a live show. Already the poll answers are changing, but that's the fun part of it. So let's hop into our first segment, and that is going to be our pop culture news that you missed. This is our pop news telling you all about what you missed in music, movies, celebrities, and entertainment. And we have some juicy things that we are going to talk about. So let's talk about the first topic here. In celebrity news, nearly 100 former BU soccer players have spoken out against Alex Cooper's sexual harassment claims from their coach on their soccer team. So Alex Cooper, we know from the wonderfully successful podcast Call Her Daddy. Well, she has a new documentary out on Hulu called Call Her Alex. In that documentary, she claims that former soccer coach Nancy Feldman sexually harassed her, made inappropriate comments about her body, and then benched her when she didn't comply. Now, Alex says that all of this was reported to Boston University, but it was never addressed, and Feldman got to retire comfortably back in 2022. So now that Alex is bringing this up in her documentary, 99 former players have made a public letter defending the coach. Yes, in the letter, they say that they, quote, have categorically never felt unsafe with the coach. And this has a lot of people split because the question is, when nearly 100 teammates back the coach, does that support speak louder than Alex's claims that she was sexually harassed? Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Personally, I think, what happened to believing the victim? Just because it didn't happen to you doesn't mean it didn't happen to somebody else, and we shouldn't invalidate their experience. But a lot of people online say that Alex was just grasping at straws for content, and what she's claiming isn't that serious. So a little bit of a nuanced situation, and I want to hear from you guys in in the comments your thoughts on this situation. Moving on to our next topic, another celebrity news one here. In celebrity news, Mario Lopez was hit with a $10 million defamation lawsuit. But critics are saying that it's what he deserves for having MAGA sympathies. So here's what happened. A few years ago, back in 2019, a woman named Desiree Townsend did an interview where she claimed that the flu vaccine gave her dystonia, which is an involuntary muscle spasm disorder. So recently, Mario Lopez reshared that video on his social media, and he basically implied that she was faking her illness and said, "Get this woman an Oscar." Well, now she's hitting him with a $10 million defamation lawsuit and accuses him of, quote, reputational harm, emotional distress, and online harassment. But here's the news part. So on Father's Day, Mario was served the legal papers, and he had a viral crash out moment where he basically called her a crazy fucking bitch. Go watch the video. It is absolutely insane. But again, the internet is a little divided because Mario Lopez has sympathized with a lot of MAGA conservative views in the past, and a lot of people don't want to support him and say, $10 million, that's what he deserves and what he should pay up. But other people are saying that this woman is just cashing in and it's simply a money grab. So I want to know from you guys, is Townsend weaponizing defamation for clout and money? Or is Lopez's behavior truly enough to warrant a lawsuit? My opinion on this is, when you go and do an interview, you're going to expect people to post it and be against you. And $10 million worth of emotional distress sounds like a little bit of a money grab to me, but let me know what you guys think in the comments about this one. On to our next pop news segment over here. This one comes from rapper Drake. So in music news, rapper Drake has revealed the shocking amount he has lost on gambling in the past month alone. So he spent $125 million gambling on the sports betting website Stake. $125 million. And he has lost over $8 million in the past 4 weeks alone from those wagers. Insane. He posted a screenshot to his Instagram story of his losses and said, quote, "Gotta share the other side of gambling." Now, he has historically shown his gambling wins and losses, like the $2.6 million payout from the Super Bowl or the $1 million win from a recent UFC fight. So his fans are saying that they appreciate his vulnerability and transparency with both the wins and losses of his gambling. But other people are saying, my guy, you were just glamorizing gambling without talking about how dangerous and clearly addictive it is. So let me know what you guys think in the comments of Drake's gambling losses. Personally, give me $125 million and I will spend it more wisely than on a gambling website. But then again, I'm not a celebrity with that much disposable income. So who am I to talk? But I want to know your guys' thoughts on the Drake gambling reveal. And in our last segment of our pop news, this one is going to be sports, but also a little bit of fashion. So let's take it to that next one over here. Now, in sports news, NFL teams are now selling soccer-style jerseys, but it has fans split. So on June 18th, the NFL and Fanatics revealed their new football by football collection. Get it? Football and football, you know, soccer. And it's a first of its kind line of soccer-inspired jerseys for all 32 NFL teams. So the limited edition drop, it features classic soccer silhouettes, it's got the cool collars on some of them, and even some faux sponsors to really tie in that soccer aesthetic. And so while people are loving the crossover and kind of incorporating jerseys into more everyday fashion, a lot of people aren't happy with the actual design for their NFL team. So we're gonna rapid fire through some of the highlights that I thought. This first one here for the Buffalo Bills, I think was one of the best ones. It is iconic, it has that soccer style, but it also has a little bit of, you know, that iconic traditional flair. But this jersey here, sorry to Carolina Panthers fans, you can't even see what's going on here. It's so bad. It's as if their designer forgot that their deadline was due in the morning and they quickly just threw the logo on. You can't even see it in this photo. I feel so bad for anybody who got this jersey because this one is awful. But on the better side of jerseys again, this one is great. The Packers has those classic lines. I love the pop of yellow in the color. This one is one of the best designs, and I think this is the perfect merging of the soccer aesthetic into your fashion, but with another kind of ugly jersey. That's going to be this one here for the Atlanta Falcons. Now, this one is like an ASO style jersey with the paint splatter. It is a soccer jersey, but I don't know. I don't know if I'm wearing this one. This one to me was ugly. And then for the last soccer jersey, for the LA Chargers, I'm indifferent about this one. I don't know how to feel about this one. I like that it is so iconically LA Chargers, but I don't know if it screams soccer jersey enough to me or if it still feels a little juvenile. But those are just 5 of the jerseys that Fanatics is going to be launching. So you can check out on the Fanatics website what design you got for your favorite NFL team. And Fanatics has said that limited releases of these jerseys will be coming to NFL shops globally. And if we could highlight a comment here, Hampton over on YouTube says, yeah, that one looks like a rugby shirt to me. I agree. It's not super soccery, and some of these I think definitely lean more NFL, some lean more soccer. I agree, Hampton, that this one kind of does look like a rugby jersey as well. But you know what? It's always fun incorporating some of the sports and athletic wear into your fashion, which we love to see. But that was it for our pop news of the week. Again, make sure to comment along some of your thoughts of what happened in entertainment this week. But moving into our next segment, you guys, we have someone fun coming on. So here's the deal. Let me tell you about all this here. So it, of course, is summer now. Hang on. Let me wait here. Let me make sure we're all set up before all this goes, because when we bring on our guest here, we're going to have a lot of fun because you know her and you love her. We've seen her before, but we're going to be talking about some fun summer recipes coming up, and we just had to bring her on again to tell you more about it. And again, we have a very fun segment coming up, you guys, and I'm going to have to get all of your opinions about everything because we're going to be talking some celebrity food combinations. So we might have to take it to a break, and we will be right back with our next guest, Cammie Middleton. I'll see you guys in just a minute. All right, you guys, up next, we are bringing flavor to your Sunday watch parties because we have joining us our everyday essentials expert, Cammie Middleton. Now, she's going to be sharing her easy, crowd-pleasing recipes for all of those reality TV binges you might be having on Sundays. So let's welcome Cammie Middleton. Hi, Cammie. How you doing?
Hey!
Good to see you. I'm so happy to always see you on my screen. You just bring so much joy, and you look lovely today.
Oh, thank you. I am so excited to be here. I'm exhausted, but so excited to be here.
Exhausted? Why? What was going on this week?
Well, yesterday was the LA Cultural Parade in downtown LA, and I danced through the streets in gold booty pants and pink shiny booty pants.
Okay.
And sparkles and little diamondoids. And we hiked 5 miles and danced the samba with cultures from all over the world, like Brazil, which we represented, Brazilian essence, and Colombia and Panama, everyone you can imagine across the diaspora. We had so much fun. I'm so exhausted, and I'm like eating bananas because my muscles are like, what do you want from me? I can't do it.
Yep.
So it's really weird.
That's so funny. I did see that on your Instagram, and you looked terrific, and it looked like a good time. But it also definitely looked exhausting, and like you might need a little pick-me-up snack, perhaps?
Yes. But you know what? It was so interesting in your other segment. You were talking about Boston University. You know, I went to Boston University, and I am shocked.
Gosh.
But
okay, what's your opinion?
Okay, I am freaked out because I think if you come forward, because victims don't come forward, and if you make the police report and you make a report, I can't believe that they did not follow through and do an investigation. That really is unsettling with all the women in sports and children that are dealing with that. I'm shocked by that. So I'm gonna have to side with the victim and say, hey, let's do some investigation before we like go out and slam her. Just because you weren't attacked means she didn't think you were cute enough. Sorry, doesn't make you right or wrong. But yeah, I think we should investigate. But here's the other thing. When I went to Boston University, which is like so weird, there's this little Indonesian like Thai restaurant around the corner from school on Babcock, and my friend Mona and I would like save all of our allowance money, and we would go there and get these lumpias and like this Thai tea. So that's why I was like freaking out, because this is exactly where I got the recipe from, because I was like, I don't have money to be eating at this restaurant every week. So I got to be friends with the owner. And made her show me how to do this. So this is from Boston.
That's so interesting, because you are going to be talking about those Indonesian spring rolls, and it perfectly tied in with that. Not a great tie-in in the sense of sexual harassment lawsuit, but I definitely agree with your take.
Yeah,
it does. Yes. Wait. So tell me more about Indonesian spring rolls. What? Tell me more about those.
Okay, so I couldn't find all the ingredients because some are like tiny, like chestnuts, like not water chestnuts, but like actual roasted chestnuts, and they put those inside for the crunch. So I couldn't find those, and it's like the middle of summer here in
Mhm,
LA, so I
mhm.
couldn't find those. But the good thing about this is it's about using all your vegetables and your leftover meat scraps to make a fun appetizer and a meal. And it's super simple. You can make it fattening, you can make it low fat, no matter what you want. It has so much flavor, and they're so easy to make. Once you know how to make them, you're like, why have I not been making these all along? I don't understand. So
So it's
sorry.
just so lumpia is a spring roll. So everybody knows spring
It's an
rolls.
Indonesian spring roll, so you can
Okay.
put just vegetables in there, or you can put meat. If you go to a lot of like restaurants, they'll have all kinds of different egg rolls, but these are
Mhm.
so juicy and flavorful. You're like, what? Oh
Mhm.
my gosh, yeah.
Okay, well tell us how to make these because if they're super easy and we're
Okay, these
working
are
with them
super
on the
simple.
yes. Walk me through the process.
Even Rain can make these, okay? Rain, are you watching? Because you can make these, girl. It's called a bowl. You're gonna get all your ingredients together. I got onions, I got jalapeno, salt
Mhm.
and pepper, a
How
little
cute.
sesame oil, a little sugar. I've got ground turkey. If you want pork, great. I don't eat pork, but that counts for that. I've also got some sausage. I got some hot turkey sausage and some shrimp, just regular peeled, clean shrimp. And you can cook your meat beforehand, but I did not because I'm going to make these ahead in advance. And so I'm going to freeze some for later and then freeze some for now. And I'm talking about freezing because when you get all your ingredients together, it's so simple. You're going to dump them in a bowl and mix them together. It's pretty simple. And there's no measurements because you decide how much you're going to make. If you're going to use like a whole pound of turkey, then you're going to be making lumpias for like a wedding party. I just use like half a pound of turkey. I use some shrimp and some sausage and whatever scraps you want to use. And I had all kinds of great vegetables there. I've got garlic, onion, red pepper, and egg. Mix it all together, and then you're gonna just squeeze it over your egg roll wrappers, as you see. Super simple. It's so simple. There's no technique. Put everything in a plastic bag, cut a hole, and just squeeze it across. Super simple. Big fat line or big thin line, and then you're just gonna roll it. There's no precision to it. Just roll that sucker right up into these cute little sausages and put them on a pan. And when you have your whole pan line, stick them in the freezer for about 30 minutes to an hour, only because of the layers of the egg rolls. It's easier to cut once they're frozen. You want to cut them in half, and then you can just stick them in a vat of oil and fry them if you don't care about your calories. Or like me, I like to like gently like brush them with a little sesame oil and then stick them in the oven on parchment paper and just go ahead and air fry them. That's my air fryer. Or you have a small air fryer, you can do it at home on your like countertop. They're so delicious and crunchy. You will find that you'll be eating like, oh my gosh, I ate like 10 the other day. But again, I made them low fat, so I can eat
Yes.
10.
I know. I love that. What I also
And
love
they're
too is
so
that
good.
you
So
have
when you
no
eat
yeah,
when
go
you
ahead.
eat them, there's just like this pork and this meat. There's no pork though. There's just like this meat with this shrimp, and it's the flavors are just like you think you're in Thailand someplace, like lounging on a boat, like just flying away with
Yeah.
mosquitoes biting you, eating your lumpia. They're so good. They're so good.
These definitely taste like vacation in a bite. I can easily
Oh my
tell.
gosh. And once you know how to make them, okay, so for me today, I made some and have them in the freezer for later. And I
Mhm.
also made some and then have some in the refrigerator. My housewife shows come on today. I will be eating these with drinks and housewives all day. As they're talking about other men, I'll be like going, yes, girl, yes, these are so good. And my kids love them. That's why I have to hide them in the freezer because they eat them so quick. Oh my
Mhm.
gosh, they're so good.
But I also love how you're packing in a lot of protein and vegetables, but then like you said
Yeah.
where it's like, but then fry it up for that little bit of crunch and that little bit of extra zest to it kind of thing. But what I also love
But
is
that's
that
why
you
you
didn't
put them
really
in the oven.
yeah, right in the oven, and you didn't even have that crazy of a technique with rolling them. Because I feel like when I think spring
No, you
rolls, I'm
don't need
like,
it. You don't need
I
it.
don't need all
So
that.
anyone can do it. There's no craziness. They don't have to look perfect. And when you cut them in half, they automatically seal themselves when they're crunching in the oven. They just look
Mm.
so perfect and they're so full of flavor. Here's the thing I love about them. You can put any kind of meat in there you want to. You don't like
Mm.
turkey, you don't like pork, whatever you want in there. And if you don't want any of that, put your veggies in there. They're great vegetable spring rolls, bean sprouts, water chestnuts. It doesn't matter what it is. Whatever kind of scraps you have are laying around the house and you want to sneak vegetables
Ooh.
in. That's what I like to do. I like to sneak vegetables in so I
Yeah.
get the nutrition when I'm not looking. And these are
Mhm.
so easy to do. There's no reason for you not to be packing these like in your mouth. Oh, serve them with sweet and sour sauce. Oh my God.
That's what I was gonna
So good.
say. I was like, a little bit of dipping something in there, like that sounds terrific. And Hampton over on YouTube is loving this recipe. They say, this sounds excellent. Our hands it with avocado dip and sour cream. So if you don't have that sweet and sour, sour cream is right up my alley, and avocado dip sounds great as well.
Here's something else that I did. I like it a little spicy. I didn't show this, and I wanted to talk about this. I put in
Mm.
a big fat tablespoon of sambal and chili garlic sauce. So if you like that little
Ooh.
Asian flavor with that, you can get chili garlic sauce at any grocery store, but
Hmm.
bam!
Yes.
Woo!
Yep, I like
So
that.
good.
And it could really switch up the vibe depending on the sauce. So I love that. Now
Mhm.
this is a perfect snack for binging some reality TV shows on Sunday. You said you're a Housewife fan. What franchise are you
Oh,
on right now?
yes. I love crazy people. I'm watching Atlanta, and
Okay.
of course, I'm so mad because Love Hotel just quit. I'm like, what am I supposed to do?
I
And I
liked
am
Love
not
Hotel.
happy with their choices, by the way. I am not happy.
I haven't caught up yet, so don't catch. So don't. No spoilers. No
Okay.
spoilers. But good to know. All right,
Okay.
now I'm catching up on Love Island. Is my reality show. I've been binging that
Mhm.
one. That one's tough because there's an episode a day, so I kind of like stack them up and then binge them. But there is lots of drama going on that week. So
And you're right. I saw the credits, and they still have that girl on the credits who was kicked off the show. Like, why
yes.
is she still on the credits?
Yes, so if you guys aren't watching LiveStyles every week, you may have missed it, but we covered that on our pop news that one of their contestants was kicked off for using racial slurs in recently resurfaced podcasts. But she's still in a lot of the marketing for the show, so questionable there. But drop what reality show you guys are watching in the comments because sounds like Cammie and I are on the same wavelength of we like the drama. We like seeing messy people, and that is so fun. So we love
It
to see
is.
it. So over on social media, I asked you guys for your kitchen nemesis, that one skill in the kitchen that you just can't seem to master. And we are joined by our everyday essentials expert, Cammie Middleton, who's going to give you some tips on how to conquer it, or perhaps commiserate with you because she hasn't been able to figure it out either. Now, you of course can go follow Cammie on social media. She is at Cammie Middleton for more lifestyle tips and to see what's going on in her life because she did share some fun things she was up to this week. But let's hop into our first social media comment. So from TikTok, K-Dart says, I can make really complex desserts, but I cannot figure out how to peel hard-boiled eggs without ripping off half the white. I've tried the tricks and nothing helps. Cammie, do you know any tips and tricks for peeling a hard-boiled egg?
Gosh, I've seen all the tricks too, and the one that I find that works the best
Mm-hmm.
for me is the fat part of the egg. If
Mm-hmm.
you crack that a little and then tip the top and then blow from the bottom, it'll pop right out.
Oh, I have seen that. I haven't actually tried it. That would look silly and fun,
Yeah. It's
but we're
like a
gonna have to test
vacuum
that
thing.
one out.
It's like, yeah.
Yeah, I like that. And quickly remove the shell. Over on YouTube, let's highlight this comment here because
You gotta
we
have
have
good lips
another
for that
tip.
though, I think.
I was like, I think your lips are great for it. But over on YouTube, Hampton has some advice for you, K Dart. Hampton says that eggs are easy soft boil, should be anywhere from 6.5 minutes to 7 minutes under cold water, and then it peels right away. So I have seen that the timing matters, the water temperature matters. I also saw something about vinegar, but good to know. Try blowing it through a straw or follow Hampton's advice and run it under cold water. Our next social media kitchen nemesis, let's see if you're able to help us out here.
Okay.
So our next one came from Kimma Chameleon over on TikTok, and they say their kitchen nemesis is rice. I don't know why. I can cook literally everything else perfectly. What are we doing wrong with rice? What is the secret to cooking rice?
Okay, first off, are you using a rice cooker or are you using a pot with water?
What are
That's the
you
question.
using?
What is she using? So I can use both. So we use a lot of rice in the house, and we have a rice cooker. So it's
Okay.
no question. And it's always for 1 cup of rice, 2 cups water. 2 cups of
Okay.
rice amount. So this never changes. If you're using a pot of water and you don't have a measuring cup, you use this finger. That's how much water you use. I know that's weird, but it doesn't matter. When you stick it in the pot with the water and when your finger goes in, well, if your rice is there, then that's how much water you use. It's real simple. I don't understand. Put it on low. If you're making dirty rice, which is Brazilian rice, take your rice that's dry, coat it in some olive oil and garlic and fry it up so it browns and simmers first, then add the water and simmer. So I
Okay.
don't understand. Just eat your rice, baby. It's always good.
I will say I can commiserate with Kim Chameleon because I burn the rice. Like, am I supposed to stir it? Am I supposed to cover it? Leave it uncovered?
Don't touch it.
Don't touch
Don't
it.
touch
Okay.
it.
Don't
Let the
touch it and
water
just
do
let it
all the
go.
work.
Okay. Good to know. Okay. So 2-to-1. Try the finger trick.
If
Cover
you
it
start
and let it
stirring
do
it,
its
you're going to
trick.
get risotto. And then you're like, why is my rice
Mm.
so soupy and weird? Because you're not finished with the risotto. You're kind of halfway doing it, one or the
Okay.
other.
So that's my mistake too. Okay, good to know. Leave the rice
Okay.
alone, let it do its thing. Now, the next social media woe was easily one of our most commented
Okay.
kitchen nemesis. So Missy on TikTok says, I can never make a true whole omelet. It falls apart, so I get upset and scramble it away. And then we got an even another comment over on YouTube where Corey Robinson says, their kitchen nemesis is flipping omelets. I mess them up. I always turn them into scrambled eggs. Cammie, help
No.
people out. What is the key to flipping an omelet?
Oh my God, there's so many keys. Okay, first off, what kind of pan are you using? If you're using cast iron, get your cast iron pan hot first, then
Okay.
add your butter. And then when you put your egg in, and this goes for any pan if you're using stainless steel or whatever, once your egg is in there, you want to take your spatula and kind of pull it apart so all the runny parts get through first. You're going to scramble it softly in just to spread that off. And when it's nice and congealed, then you add your ingredients, okay? Now, if you like it folded, add your ingredients on the right side or the left, whatever, if you're right-handed or
Mm-hmm.
left-handed. And then once your things are all dry, then you want to fold it over. If you can't do that at all, get a plate, put it on top of it, flip it over. You're done. I don't understand.
Okay. I think my problem is you just perfectly described it. I put in the eggs and then I put in the ingredients before it congeals, like you're saying. So that's the
No,
key.
you've got
Don't
to
do
push
that.
it and pull it and push. It's like a whole little like let it go and then let it like fall to the pan. Then pull it again, let it go, then it falls to the pan. Pull it again, then let's shake through the pan, right? And then you add your ingredients. And once it's all nice and thin, you can gently fold it because now you've got a texture. You've got something to build with. It's not just like a scrambled Betty. So take your
Yeah.
time, get your pan really hot first. That's the key. People just like to put those eggs in, think it's right. Pan hot first, then your oil or seasoning or butter. If you're going to use, also for fluffier omelets, add a tablespoon or two of water. That's going to make it fluffy, not milk, water.
I'm going to have to try that out. That sounds delicious, but
Makes it really
that's a
fluffy
solid
and
tip.
airy, and you're like, oh my gosh, why is it so fluffy? That's because you added like a little water to it, and it helps to like permeate into that egg and especially into the pan because that's a
Yes.
nice little sealant against that. So try that.
Good to know. Solid tips for making an omelet. Our next social media kitchen woe that you might be able to help with comes from Protege Tracks over on YouTube, and they say, "Oh, that's easy. Their kitchen nemesis is chopping onions." I'm like, super trash, pieces all different shapes and sizes, literally no consistency. I can agree. Chopping onions, first of all, I cry every time, so I try to avoid it as much as possible. But I literally start with wedges, and then the next part will be slices, and then the next part will be diced. I have no consistency at all. Any advice here?
Okay, let's handle a couple of different things. You're crying, so that's going to be an issue, right? So
Hmm.
if you're crying, the first thing you're going to do is like be upset because you're not going to want to finish the job properly. You want to get it
True.
done. You don't even care what they're looking like. You're like, get it out of here. So why are you crying under the onions? I don't understand. You can always cut them under some cold water,
That helps with the
or
tears?
yeah, I don't
Okay.
even have tears anymore. I'm just cutting them and I don't understand. Like I'm cutting them so quick, you don't even have to deal with it. Cut them in half, then slice them, and then chop them, and then you're just gonna like chop them around. It's like a chiffonade kind of, right?
Okay.
Real
So cut them
simple.
in half
Right. So
first, you're saying.
yeah, half, and then
Okay.
take that half. You got that half, cut that in slices and over, and then chiffonade them. And
What
also
is a
cut them if you
chiffonade?
have a
What's that
cutting
word you're
board.
saying? We don't know what this means.
It's, it's like
What'd
the
you call
French
me?
where you kind of roll, you kind of roll things together so you can cut those small pieces, and then they come out little small. They come out uniform. But
Okay.
you're gonna roll it together. And you're doing the same thing with your onion once you have cut that way. But if you're crying all the time, most people have those cutting boards that sit inside the sink.
Hmm.
Kind of run it over a little cool water, and you won't cry anymore. And then you'll like want to do it because who wants to
And
do
yeah,
stuff that you're crying over?
yeah, and then I won't be sad about it anymore. So that is solid advice. Well, for our last social media woe, I think you might be able to relate to this one. So
Okay.
over on Instagram, that girl Mo says her kitchen nemesis is terrible knife skills. And Cammie Middleton on Instagram, that's you. You also said knife work. So you know your terminology for cutting apparently, but you also struggle with knife work, it sounds like.
Yeah, I'm clumsy. So if you're clumsy out there with me, it's okay. I can't do a perfect knife. I know what to do, but I can't do it fast. Like all the shells are, I can't. I
Hmm.
can do it nice and steady and uniform and get it done. but I can't do it all pretty and do any fun, flary, fun things. But
Yes.
I can cook it so that you like it.
Yep. And you chop the onions well enough that it's going to taste delicious in the
Yeah, they look
recipe.
the same. They're all uniform. You just have to tell me how big you want them. So I wish I had more knife work that was like more flair and I could do more
Mhm.
fun things. But I already burned myself a lot. I don't want to like
Yeah.
stab and kill
Yeah.
myself too.
Yeah.
Let's live. Let's
Yeah,
live
we
to
don't need
eat
any
another
kitchen.
day.
Yes, live to eat another day. I love that. We don't want any kitchen accidents in here as long as the recipe tastes great. Well, thank you, Cammie, for answering some of those kitchen woes. And again, let me know down in the comments, you guys, what your kitchen nemesis is as well, because I can probably relate to all of them. I am a lean cuisine and bagged salad kit girly, and that is good enough for me. Staying in the food theme, Cammie, we're going to play a fun little game with you because you
Oh,
are one of my favorite players to play with. But in our
I
next
look
segment,
forward to your games all week. Oh my
yeah.
God, let's go.
All right, you guys, we're going to play a fun little game called Chef's Kiss or Kitchen Miss because I was scrolling online recently and I found some of the wildest celebrity food combinations. And since we have on here our home cooking expert, Cammie, who knows a thing or two about flavors, we're going to have her play and see if this sounds tasty and is a chef's kiss or if it sounds absolutely disgusting and a crime against food and is a miss. And the best part
All
is,
right.
I'm actually going to be testing a few of them live here in the studio so I can give you
Ooh,
my thoughts as well because some of these are pretty kooky. So, Cammie, are you ready to play Chef's Kiss or Kitchen Miss? All right.
ready.
So our first one is going to come from. So our first weird celebrity food combination comes from Channing Tatum, and he enjoys peanut butter and jelly and Cheeto sandwiches. So now he does say that he is dead serious on the ratio that you have to use crunchy Cheetos in order to add a bit of crunch to it. And he actually made his now ex-wife try this on live TV. So Cammie, what do we think? Peanut butter, jelly, and Cheetos. Is this a chef's kiss or a kitchen miss for you?
This is a kitchen and a world miss. This sounds like poverty on white toast. What is this about? I don't even
Oh my
know.
gosh, I did not expect you to say that. I think this reminds me of like, when you're a kid and you're at the swimming pool and you put potato chips in your sandwich.
Yeah,
I think this sounds pretty
yeah.
good, but you're saying absolutely no,
No,
it's a miss for you.
no, no,
I
no,
love
no.
that.
You've disgraced peanut butter and jelly. I mean, you've dishonored it.
You've dishonored it. Dishonor on you. Well, let me know in the comments, you guys. Feel free to play along and sound off if these are kitchen hits or misses for you. I see Beanie Jean in the TikTok comments who says, LOL, pregnancy cravings is hilarious because I feel like a lot of these will definitely apply to some of those weird pregnancy cravings. And then Hampton over on YouTube agrees with you, Cammie. Hampton thinks that this also is a kitchen miss. So already we're getting some kitchen misses here. I think this one's a hit, but that was tame. That was tame. All right. So let's hop into our next kitchen item. So the next
Okay.
one comes from Disney star Dove Cameron. So Dove Cameron enjoys ranch dressing on her brownies. Is this a chef's kiss or a kitchen miss, Cammie?
I am assaulted. I mean, okay. Is she PMSing hard or what? What is that about?
So Dove
No,
Cameron
that's a
says
miss.
that this is her depressed girl dinner and has stood by it in interviews because she said that it weirdly works. Again, that sweet and savory combination. But I agree with your testament. No, I think this is a kitchen miss. And then over on TikTok, Benny Jean says, no, this one
Thank you.
is painful. Jenny says this one
Yes,
is
thank you.
painful, which is so
Benny is
true.
my new friend. Yes.
Yes. So this one seems like a kitchen miss all around. So don't
I don't
try
think she
ranch
should
dressing on
be
your
in a
brownie.
kitchen. Is she allowed to have a kitchen? I don't think so. No.
Maybe not, maybe not. But let's try our next weird celebrity food
Okay.
combination. So this one comes from Jennifer Lawrence, and she enjoys Nutella on her Doritos. Now, online, people have tried this, and they've tried both Cool Ranch and the nacho cheese, and the internet actually kind of likes this one. What do we think of this
You know
one?
what? I was just thinking to myself, well, that depends, Cool Ranch or nacho cheese. And that's so interesting because there is a nuance. I think this is one of those, and may I dare say, stoner foods that could possibly work. So if you maybe are a stoner or like to have a gummy or two, maybe you should try this out.
I actually agree. This is giving me like munchy vibes. This is giving me like I want something savory, but then also sweet, combine it into one. I think this one is a chef's kiss. Is that your answer as well?
I think it's a chef's kiss.
I think so too. Jennifer Lawrence, you might be onto something with this one. But for our next weird celebrity food combination, this one also has a little bit of nuance to it. So Bella Ramsey, which we know from The Last of Us, they like what are you thinking on this one?
No. I think she was on Game of Thrones too long. They were on the island. They don't know what food is anymore. I think they're just eating dragon eggs. No.
Yep, yep. I think this one could be a chef's kiss because they said that they're using it with bran. Bran cereal, I feel like orange juice and bran, if they were doing it with like Fruit Loops, absolutely not. This one, I think depending on the cereal and the fact that they're lactose intolerant and kind of had no other option, they did also say that this was before like oat milk and almond milk alternatives, that this is what they grew up eating. I'm saying it could be a chef's kiss. But Cammie, what is your final answer?
No, miss.
And a
That
miss
means
from
mom,
Cammie.
it means you know what you have to do. Mom did not have enough money for milk this week, so you're just eating handfuls of cereal and you're calling it a day, and that's fine.
Yep. Let me know what you guys think in the comments if you'd try this out or if it is a kitchen miss for you. But now we're going to try our first one here live in the studio because this one is crazy. Our next weird celebrity food combination comes from Lizzo, where she likes Oreos and mustard. And said it was oddly good. So I went, Cam.
Stop. I want to see you put that in your mouth, and I want you to get a raise because you are just doing line of firework here. That's crazy. Let's see.
Those people that I don't mind a weird food combination. I love charcuterie boards, which is just like the ultimate combining of flavors. But when it comes to mustard on Oreos, let's test this out.
Are you putting it inside it or on top of it?
I just did it on top. And I should have put it nowhere near it. Hang on, you guys, hang on. Wait a second.
What?
Wait,
No.
you guys are not going to believe this. This is actually not as bad as I thought it was going to be. This is not as bad. Hang on. I thought I was going to, oh my God. So Benny over on TikTok says, I'm scared for you.
I'm scared.
I am not surprised, or I'm surprised at how not bad it is. Okay, so what I'm getting is,
what is the mustard doing to the fat? What is the mustard doing in your mouth? I need to know.
Okay, I'm literally just putting the mustard on top of the Oreo, but it almost like neutralizes the sweetness. You know, like when you take a pickleback shot and you like normally the vodka goes down, you're like, oh, I can't handle it. But then the pickle kind of like neutralizes it and you're like, oh, that wasn't that bad. I feel like that's what the mustard's doing to the Oreo. Now, I kind of just want the Oreo by itself, but let me try this again because I'm actually weirdly surprised that this isn't as disgusting as I thought.
Maybe that's how she lost all the weight. She just put mustard over all her food and then she wouldn't eat it anymore.
Okay, here's my final thoughts. It's not good. It's not like, oh my God, this is my new favorite snack in the world. I can't wait to eat this all the time. But it's not bad either. It's not as gross as I thought it would be. So for that, I'm still going to say it is a kitchen miss. But I will also say, if you guys have Oreos and mustard on hand and you have some friends coming over, try this out because I wouldn't say that Lizzo's onto something, but I will say it wasn't as crazy as I thought.
How did she even come up with this? What is
so she didn't come up with it. It went viral on TikTok and she tried it live on TikTok and pretty much did kind of what I did where she was like, oh, actually, this is pretty good. So interesting in that sense. Over on TikTok, Mo Mill says that my husband likes mustard more than anyone I know, and even he said he would never try this. Oh my God, no, Mo, have him try it because it honestly wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. But it sounds like this one was a resounding gross.
Mm.
Try it, you guys, but don't die. Don't die. But try it and let me know. I'm going to follow up with you guys on social
Cleanse your
media. So make
palate.
sure you're
Oh
following.
my
Yeah.
gosh. For all
I
of
was
us,
like,
cleanse your palate.
don't worry. No, I'm powering through this. I'm a professional because we have another
Oh.
celebrity food combination coming your way. Cammie,
Okay.
would you try this weird food combination? This comes
Okay.
from Dale Earnhardt Jr.,
Oh.
NASCAR aficionado. He loves banana and mayo sandwiches. He says that it is a Southern classic, actually, and swears by it as a childhood staple, but it caused so much controversy and debate that he still has to defend it to this day. Banana and
Okay.
mayo
Okay. Okay.
sandwich. What do we think? What do we think?
Okay. Okay. Now, here's my question: is he putting the mayo on the bread and using that as the liquid to make fried banana sandwiches?
Not fried.
Or is he
No.
just putting like cold mayo with
That's what it sounds
sliced
like.
bananas?
Yes. Yep. But even if it were fried, banana and mayo, would that make a good fried
Yeah, yeah. So
sandwich?
if you want a grilled cheese sandwich that's extra crispy, take mayo and use that instead of your butter and fry that and then put your cheese on it. That does a
Hmm.
magic dance. So that's what I can see about the crispiness with the butter and the sweetness of the. So if it was fried, I would try it. But just cold hard bananas and mayo. Let me tell you, I love me some mayo. I hate bananas. So if you're gonna put those together cold,
Mm.
I'm gonna need it to be fried, deep fried. So no, no, miss, no. Unless you fry it, then I would try it.
You actually convinced me because I also thought I was like, this is disgusting, banana and mayo. But then I think, wait, fried plantains. I also put mayo on like my grilled cheese. That oh yeah, that could be a different type of flavor profile in that sense. My answer was gonna be, well, he said it was like a Southern classic, so I don't want to harp on like the cultural side of things. But
No, no.
personally, I
I
think
was
that
born in the South and I've never heard of this. So
okay,
sorry,
okay,
Dale.
good.
All
Okay,
right.
good. Okay, then my opinion is bananas and mayos is a war crime on food, and this is a kitchen miss to me. And it sounds like
Completely
kitchen miss to
miss.
you, yeah. But you might
Miss.
have to try that. You might have to try a fried banana mayo
Fry it.
sandwich and follow up
I
with
think you
me
might
and
have
let
to
me know
fry
how
it.
that one is. I was like, that one sounds good. That one sounds pretty
Because
good.
people are eating fried sticks of butter.
That's true. Oh my God, going to the fair, I've tried the fried butter, and I was like, wait, it's
I
actually pretty
know.
good.
That's
So
insane.
interesting.
Okay.
Well, we got three more coming your way.
Okay,
This
cool.
next
Let's go.
one, the next weird celebrity food combination comes from Scott Foley, and he puts peanut butter on his eggs because he calls it the perfect protein packed of peanut butter on eggs.
Okay, I'm torn because that sounds disgusting. It sounds like you have no idea what food or kitchen actually is, and maybe you've never eaten in your life. But as a child, I couldn't eat my eggs unless they were scrambled with grape jelly inside them.
Mm-hmm.
There's a magic that the sugar does with the egg. So I'm thinking maybe there's a magic that the peanut butter and the protein compounds
Mm-hmm.
mixed with the egg does something. I don't like peanut butter per se, but if it were almond butter, I would try that.
Ooh, okay. See, I am exactly on your wavelength that I love jelly with my eggs. Again, that charcuterie board of like savory with sweet.
Yes!
I make breakfast sandwiches with like eggs, cheese, bacon, but then it's
Yes!
got to have jelly. Then I'm like, jelly
Yes!
might kind of be similar to the peanut butter. That this one, I'm going to give this one a chef's kiss because I think
I'm
I
gonna give
probably
it
would
a
like
kiss
this.
too.
Yes, so
I'm gonna give it
chef's
a kiss
kiss
too.
to peanut butter and scrambled eggs, but let me know what you guys think. Hampton over on YouTube says kitchen miss. Show me some peanut butter with chocolate. Yeah, peanut butter with eggs might be a
Yes.
little bit questionable, but this one might be a don't knock it till you try it. So we're going to test that out later and see if Scott Foley might be onto something there. But our next weird celebrity food combination comes from Adrienne Bailon. You know, remember her from Cheeto Girls? Cheeto Girls. Why did I say
Okay.
Cheeto Girls? Cheeto Girls. So she
Girl.
makes tuna sandwiches and show the reel, she ate it live and said that it was a broke but happy kid meal. So what do we think about tuna dipped in Hawaiian punch?
Wait, wait. Okay, okay. I need you to clarify some things because I'm scared. Okay, like tuna salad with mayo and like lettuce and celery, like she dips it in Hawaiian punch, or like ahi tuna that's slightly
No, this
seared
is
and
a
it's
broke girl meal. This is canned tuna with mayo on white bread, not even toasted, not even warmed up, cold, dipped in Hawaiian punch.
so she's taking canned tuna with mercury and dipping it into like some
Yeah,
red dye number 2. No, I think
yeah.
you missed. No, no, no,
She's
no.
committing chemical warfare on her taste buds, but I think it sounds good. Over on TikTok, extrovert for pay says no. Just a simple
Do you
no.
see how it makes her tuna
No,
like red? What is that
absolutely not.
about?
I think I'd try this. I love tuna sandwiches. I don't mind a little mercury in my food. Hawaiian punch, I think, again, it does give me that nostalgia vibes of being by the swimming pool, coming out and just like cooling off, dipping it in.
And are there chunks of tuna in her Hawaiian punch now? Like, what's that about?
Yeah, that probably is kind of weird. But,
No,
so it sounds like a kitchen miss for you? All right.
you're not gonna try that, are you?
I'm not trying this one, but I will be
Okay, thank
trying.
God, because I was scared for you too.
Yes.
No.
No. But our next and last weird celebrity food combo I will be trying, and that was the
Okay.
cover photo of our weird pregnancy craving ones that you may have pointed out. It's not from a pregnant celebrity. In fact, comes from Selena Gomez, where she likes pickles with Reese's peanut butter cups. And she said that it is her ultimate PMS craving and says that it's sweet, salty, but very controversial. So you
And
kind of,
that's the first thing I said, right? I said, what?
yep, who's craving, who's PMSing and needs a little bit of weird pregnancy cravings? I guess
Um,
PMSing kind of works. So I have here a peanut butter cup and a pickle. I'm going to be
it's
trying
like
them
a
both together.
hormone charged snack, right?
It definitely is.
It's
Okay.
crunchy. That's the crunchiest pickle I've heard in a long time.
Can you hear it? I was like, that was a good pickle.
Yeah.
Over on TikTok, Extrovert for Pay says they try the pickle and Reese's. And a message to you, Extrovert for Pay, try it. Because I actually really like that one. I thought it would be almost like a double dog dare from a fifth grader type of food combination. But I get where Selena is coming from. I get that it has that sweet and savory kind of combination here. Jamie over
Hold
on
on. Are
YouTube
they
says
bread and
I
butter
would eat
pickles?
this.
Are they
No,
bread
I
and
got
butter
dill.
pickles?
I got dill pickles. Dill pickles with the peanut butter and chocolate. I actually am loving that. I am a pickle fiend.
Okay, okay.
That
Is it
may
the sweetness with the pickle? Is that what's setting it off?
yes, yes, the
It's kind
sweetness
of like
with the
putting a
pickle.
peppermint stick in a dill pickle?
Yes, yes, that is a great
Okay,
comparison.
okay.
Yes, I would say of all of these food
Yes.
combinations, I was a little bit worried about this one, but I actually give that 2 thumbs up. I will eat that next time I take my gummy and on my munchies, or if I am PMSing, because that sweet and salty combo is a chef's kiss for me. Sammy, Cammie, what's your final answer on that one?
I think it's a kiss, but I would do the bread and butter pickles. That would even be even better, I think.
Okay, so test those
I
out,
ate
and
a
you'll
whole
have to
jar
report
of
back.
bread and butter pickles. Oh my God.
See, so you're a pickle fiend just like me in that sense, but I
What
love
about
those.
fried pickles with Reese's Buttercups? Can we try that next?
Oh my gosh. See, that sounds like now you're getting into fair foods. That sounds absolutely delicious. And then over on TikTok, Extrovert for Pay says Kool-Aid pickles are a thing too. So get your Kool-Aid pickles,
Ew!
get your Reese's, go get your tuna sandwiches to dip in your Kool-Aid pickles. There's a lot of weird, sweet and savory things going on here.
There are a
But
bunch of
Cammie,
pregnant people running around, I think, really trying to like test us.
they are. I was like, I don't know. Some of them, it's like, that sounds gross, but don't knock it till you tried it. Because my question for you is, do you guys in the comments have any weird food combinations that you like, but maybe don't want to admit? I know mine. I have a little funny story here. I
Okay.
worked at Johnny Rockets for 5 years, and we
I
had
love
apple
that
pie.
record.
Yes, I was like cute little 50s diner. You guys know that one where we dance every half hour? And I grew up eating cheddar cheese on apple pie. It is a common diner staple. And
Yeah.
recently I was with family. We were at an apple pie shop and I got cheese on my apple pie. And they were up in arms. They were like, that is the craziest, most disgusting thing I've ever heard. I put it on my Instagram. I asked you guys, is this weird or would you try it? And the consensus was, well, I haven't tried it, but I guess I would. You guys, try cheese on apple pie. It's kind of similar to the pickles and Reese's, where it's sweet and savory kind of combined all together. They neutralize. It keeps the taste buds kind of all over the place dancing.
I like
So
it.
try that one. That is my weird food
Cheese on
combination.
anything. Cheese on anything, it doesn't matter. I don't care. Put cheese on me, damn it. It's delicious. Everything. I love it. I guess my weird thing was I went to the Gilroy Garlic Festival once, many, many
Uh-huh.
years ago. Have you been there? Gilroy
Yes.
is known for making most of the garlic in the world in California, and they have this annual garlic festival. And when we were there, I tried two things that I fell absolutely in love with:
Mm-hmm.
garlic ice cream. Oh my God. It is so weird and delicious. You're going to be freaking out. It's so good. And the other, they just had chunks of roasted garlic and dipped them in chocolate.
Hmm.
Yes. Yes. The garlic and the chocolate do this dance with your body.
Ooh.
Yes.
A little bit of
Yeah, you want
okay.
chocolate to dance with your garlic.
I was
Yeah, so
like
those are weird,
chocolate
but those are
garlic.
good
Okay.
combinations. Yeah.
I would try that. So I worked at an ice cream shop and we had kooky flavors of ice cream all the time. I wouldn't put it past me to actually enjoy the garlic ice cream. So
It's
garlic,
delicious. It's
yeah,
fantastic.
I love that. I love that. Well, before we let you go, Cammie, I did have one last question for you. I wanted to hear your
Okay.
answer in our poll. And if you guys are just joining us live, we have a poll running for the show where I asked you about summer makeup and what is your go-to summer makeup base. So if you guys rocking with concealer and vibes. Comment number 2, if you're in the skin tint moisturizer friend group. Comment number 3, if you like a BB or CC cream. And comment number 4, if you're still rocking that full foundation. Cammie, what are you wearing as your makeup base this summer?
What's number one?
Number 1 is just concealer and vibes.
Concealer and vibes and a little bronzer. That's all you
Okay.
need.
Okay, so just a little, just like keep it fresh pace, keep it natural.
Yeah.
I like that.
You
I
know
like
what?
that.
Because you got to keep it young and moist, right? Because you got to go through this the
Mm.
whole time. If you're just throwing a bunch of stuff on your face, your skin goes, oh, good Lord, I can't even do
Yes,
anything.
I feel that. Well, we're going to be talking a little bit more about skin tints in our segment coming up and going over some of these makeup bases for the summer. But Cammie, thank you so much for joining us, for telling us how to make
Thanks for
those
having
delicious
me.
lumpia recipes. Thanks for helping us with some of our kitchen woes. And thanks for sharing your opinion on some of these chef kiss or kitchen misses. And I'm telling you, go
Yes.
try Reese's and pickles. It's pretty
I'm going
tasty.
right now. I've got pickles and Reese's that I made myself with almond butter.
Uh,
I'm going to try it and I'll let you know.
I love that. You guys can follow Cammie over on Instagram at Cammie Middleton. She is our everyday essentials expert. You will definitely be seeing her in the future, but go follow her for more of her personal content, more of her cooking content, and some of those lifestyle recommendations. Cammie, thank you so much for joining us. We will see you next time. And to our viewers,
Have fun,
we will
guys.
be right back. All right, so when we started this poll at the beginning of the show, BB and CC cream was in the lead, but we just got a few more votes coming in. I see Learning and Glowing. I see Jamie Lopez and Nick over on YouTube with a few more inputs here. And now Tinted Moisturizer and Skin Tint is in the lead. And that's very fitting because that is what we're going to talk about right now in our next segment, Scrolling with JC. So this is a segment where I tell you all about the trends that I am seeing when I am scrolling online because oh my God, I didn't even do my whole intro at the beginning of this whole show, but I am a social media influencer and social media is my job. So scrolling on TikTok, it's part of my job, okay? I'm allowed to. But one thing I have been noticing trending online is skin tints for the summer. Now, skin tints and moisturizer basically is a barely there version of a makeup base. So I'm gonna be telling you all the ins and outs of skin tints as well as which ones I recommend for you based on where you are shopping. So let's hop into what even are skin tints and some of the basics of 101. So basically, a summer skin tint is almost a tinted moisturizer. So it just has a little bit of color within your daily moisturizer. Now, this is a lot more lightweight and breathable than regular foundation. So it's gonna be perfect for those hot, humid days that we're gonna be having coming up in the summer because you're not gonna sweat it off and have your makeup get all cakey. Now, skin tints are a skin first beauty trend because it is that idea of your skin, but better. We are all about showing off our imperfection these days with Gen Z really embracing the trend of authenticity in their skin and just showing how natural their actual skin is. We're seeing people on TikTok all the time wearing acne stickers and pimple patches and showing that, hey, I'm a human with real skin, and skin tints really show that off. But they're also really great at multitasking with their formulas because a lot of skin tints have SPF, they have skincare ingredients built into them, they're going to be super lightweight and breathable and offer that extra bit of hydration. And so now in the post foundation world, where you guys remember back in 2016 where we were fully beating our faces with foundation and baking our concealer, we don't do that anymore. Now people are really enjoying the light, breathable, lightweightedness of skin tints here, and these are absolutely trending on TikTok. So I'm glad that you guys saying that you are embracing the skin tints because that is what is trending online. So now here are my recommendations based on what I've been seeing from the internet and what's trending. So here's number one. My number one recommendation if you are looking to try a skin tint from the drugstore is the e.l.f. Halo Glow Liquid Filter. So technically this is a glow booster, but it is used as a skin tint and it's affordable at only $18. Our best high end is going to be the Ilia Super Serum Skin. This one runs for $48, but is popular among TikTok influencers. And then the best overall is going to be the Rare Beauty Positive Light Tinted Moisturizer. This one's right in the middle at $30, but it is lightweight, blendable, and gives a natural radiant finish. So if you guys are into skin tints, definitely try these out depending on your price point and what you're looking for. But all of these, again, have that same kind of formula built in where it is your skin, but a little bit better. Now, I asked you guys, again, over on social media, what your makeup base is for the summer. So we're going to go to some social media comments on if none of these fit your vibe, what else are you wearing? So for one of the social media comments, if you guys missed my video, make sure you're following me on social media platforms so you can participate in all of these before the show even happens. So I am at JC Aaron on all platforms. So go follow me there so you can see some of these polls and some of these questions before the show even begins. But here's what you guys had to say about some of your makeup bases. So over on TikTok, Happy as Maggie says they're rocking just concealer because everything else they are sweating off. Over on Instagram, Christine says that she is rocking with the skin tint. So you are right on trend with what is working for summer. And then on TikTok, Jillian says that she's rocking extra concealer because she's breaking out. I feel that. I mean, I also am eating peanut butter cups and pickles and PMSing as well, so that might contribute to it as well. But those were some of the comments. And then our next round of comments from you guys on social media in regards to your summer makeup base. Over on Instagram, Mrs. Lily Mart says she's rocking a skin tint but hasn't found a good one for oily skin yet. Yes, that is a problem with a lot of these makeup bases, especially during the summer when it gets hot and humid. You might be sweating it off. So my recommendation is to find one that really mattifies and isn't going to keep you shiny, but also isn't super heavy as well, that you're not going to sweat it off. Over on YouTube, Cookie Dough Kate 48 says that she uses a BB cream, which is the best of both worlds. Cookie Dough Kate, I also voted for BB cream and CC cream. If you're not familiar with those, it's kind of like the step before foundation. So it's not as heavy as a foundation, but it has some of those skincare SPF built into it. It's a little bit lighter, but it's definitely more full coverage than the skin tint. So that's what I wear on the usual, but I might also have to try out the skin tints as well. And then lastly, over on Instagram, Waifu says, they're rocking sunscreen, I hope, because yes, when it comes to any base for the summer, the most important thing that you can wear on your skin is sunscreen. Make sure you're wearing your SPF every day and protect that beautiful, luscious skin from all the UV rays out there. But let's see the final results of our poll of what you guys are rocking as your summer base for the summer. Like I said BB or CC cream. Did we convert anyone else here? Looks like number 2, tinted moisturizer and skin tint is in fact trending and is the most popular with you guys online. So go ahead and try out those 3 skin tints that I recommended and report back to me if you like them. But if you guys want to participate in any of our polls or any of our questions before the show, make sure you're following us at LiveStyles.tv on all platforms. or you can follow me at JC Aaron for some of these as well. But that's going to be it for our show, you guys. Thank you so much for joining us. We have been going live every single Sunday at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, and we'll be joining next week for some more fun content. Again, this is a real-time live talk show, and I saw a lot of new names in the comments, which was really fun to see because we love chatting with you guys and hearing your thoughts on some of these weird celebrity food combinations, what you're wearing for the summer, and your thoughts on some of those pop news segments. So if you want to stay up to date on all of the entertainment news and what's trending online, make sure to follow us on social media and catch our next live stream next Sunday at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. But thank you guys so much. My name is JC here at LiveStyles. It has been a pleasure chit-chatting with you guys, and we will see you for next week's live stream. Toodles!